Nah. So I'm glad you spoke on that first, man, because it's like I think with the Captain America trailer, they had to just get that out of the way.
Hmm.
That was always going to be a footnote in between one thing and another thing, and it's like it does better, kind of in between reveals and big kind of tentpole releases than it does if they were just to drop the trailer by itself on a random Wednesday. You know
Yeah,
what I'm
yeah.
saying?
I see what you mean.
And I mean, I'm at the point now where if if I don't see a trailer, if I don't see a trailer naturally, like in the movie theater or if I'm on YouTube or something like that, I'm not seeking out trailers anymore. I'm not really doing that no more. That's not unless
Mhm.
it's something that really catches my eye that I feel is going to be interesting. I'm not really going out of my way for it. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Um, Speaking of trailers, as I was in the theater, every trailer that I saw was mid, dog. I didn't like one. I only liked the trailer for the Alien movie. That's it.
Mm.
That's the only one that I was really feeling like that. And like Universal is doing a solo movie for the Wicked Witch. Like,
Yeah,
what are
yeah.
we?
I've been seeing that for a while now. Yeah, yeah. That whole. Was it you that said did Disney already did it, or was that somebody else?
No, they did that twice. They did that 10 years ago.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You were the one that said that.
They did that 10 years ago, and then made a sequel to that one. So it's like all of those trailers. I wasn't excited about anything that they showed, and with the Captain America trailer, I'll say this right. It looks like a good action movie. It does. I liked the vibe of the trailer and that everything was tight. The music was cool. The flashes, some of the scenes that they showed were cool, but it just wasn't interesting. It doesn't feel interesting in a way to where I feel like I need to see that.
Mhm.
You know, and I like Anthony Mackie, but that's just where I'm at. And I'd be saying this if I'd be saying this either way. You know what I'm saying? I didn't enjoy I was late to the bandwagon on the Captain America solo movies in the first place, right?
Oh,
But any modern action movie now, I feel like PG-13 action is kind of dead post John Wick anyway.
ooh, agreed.
Like it,
Agreed.
and I wish Majin was here because he'd agree with me. Like the action movie genre, it doesn't work anymore just seeing people fighting. You know what I'm saying? That doesn't work anymore. Like action movies
Well,
kind of got to be. Mhm.
I feel like they need to be more bombastical, but at the same time, it just becomes more boring when you do that.
Right. And that's what at this point the Captain America films have to be action movies in order to be interesting. Like it's not about the story with those movies. And Winter Soldier was a legitimately great action movie from last decade, right?
Hmm.
Um but there's nothing that can be done in the MCU as far as the action espionage genre goes that's going to top Winter Soldier. There's nothing that can be done with that. That's why when they did Civil War, it was like, okay, this is just going to be a crossover. We're not going to try to outdo what we did with that standalone. So this is just going to be our big midway crossover where we introduce more characters, right?
Hmm.
I mean, do you plan on going to see Captain America? You plan on going to see that?
I am slightly interested. Other than that, no. I think I'm going to wait for people's reviews, and if the reviews scare me, then no.
I mean, but let's keep it honest though. I don't think the reviews. Mm, how do I put this here? how often, the only movie that I could really think of that like had a widely publicized um reshoot and pre-production kind of drama was
Oh yeah.
Rogue One.
Mm.
That's the only movie that like turned out to be a hit that people liked, in spite of all of the stuff behind the scenes that happened to get the movie over the finish line, right?
Mhm.
So like that's already working against it. If the Flash is any indication of how those things kind of turn out, I don't know if this can be a good movie, just because of just because of the patchwork that they've done to it. Like this could literally be a movie where you see a scene that was shot 2 years ago,
Oh,
ma-
okay.
mashed
I see what you mean. I see what you
mashed in with a scene that was shot 6 months ago, back to a scene that was shot a year ago. You don't really know what you're looking at, so that makes it
It's a
kind of
mess. It's like
right.
someone took a picture, cut two different pictures, cut them together, and stapled them together,
Right.
and they
And I mean, we go from a movie called Brave New World to New World. No, no, my bad. New World Order to Brave New
changed.
World. Right. Initially, I think he was supposed to be fighting against the Serpent Society. Like,
I heard one of them. It was like doing a story about COVID before COVID.
I mean, that's what I mean. To be honest with you, though, like No Time to Die did that. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean, the plot to No Time to Die was a bioengineered weapon that could have became a pandemic. So,
Mhm.
like, I don't know what to really expect here. Falcon and Winter Soldier, I thought was a pretty decent TV show. I mean, I was entertained by it, but I think we got more mileage out of the plot to that TV show than what we'll get out of this movie.
Probably. So.
So I probably won't be going to see it in February. And 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 go ahead, my bad.
No. I feel you, bro. I feel you. A part of me says give this a chance. That's my only reason why. Like there was just enough for me to say, maybe. That's more what I'm getting at. Is that there's just like maybe I'll go see it. Probably not. But
Okay, so the other thing I want to say is, like, with the February release date, you know, listen, man, this isn't a Valentine's Day flick. This isn't a love movie. I think what Marvel and Disney are trying to do is they're trying to recapture what they did with Black Panther in 2018. They're trying to recapture that. Like, Black Panther came out in February for a reason. Don't
yeah,
get me wrong. Don't get me
yeah,
wrong. That movie would have made $1 billion no matter what time of year it was released.
right.
But culturally, it's significant that they released that movie in February.
I guess so.
So I feel like there's a similar thing that they're trying to do with this new Captain America movie. We're going to release Captain America starring a black man in the month of February. Hey, we're going to do that, right? If I'm not
Yeah.
mistaken, no, I don't want to misquote anything. So I'm not going to jump out of the window with that. But I got to do some research on Shang-Chi as well, because I'm not sure if Shang-Chi was released during Asian and Pacific Islander. Yeah, I'm not sure if it was released during that month. So I'm not gonna declare that if that's not true. But
Mhm.
when it comes to some of these releases, I think they want to make the most money possible, but movies have to be an event in order to get people into the theaters. And if it doesn't feel like it's an event, you're less likely to get the targeted demographic into the theater. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I see what
And
you mean.
they want black folks to watch Captain America. it might. It might not. Like you're not gonna see Kevin Feige like say that at a press conference. Yeah, you know, we want black people to watch Captain America, but like we got to call it down the middle. You know what I'm saying? You know what it is, and if you don't,
And Isaiah Bradley's also in it too.
right? And if you don't know what it is that they're trying to do, I mean, I'm not gonna say that you're out of the loop, but it requires gymnastics to try to pretend that they're not trying to recreate a moment that they had back in 2018.